This, this is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it. How about you? We welcome you to our service here today at God's House Outreach Ministry. Our scripture text on the day come from the book of Proverbs, the 23rd chapter, and we're looking at the 7th verse. For as he thinks in his heart, so is he. Eat and drink, says he to you, but his heart is not with you. We're going to focus today on the first part of that verse. As he thinks in his heart, so is he. Father, in the name of Jesus, help me on today to deliver my soul. Help me to expound this word that you have sealed up in my heart with clarity, Lord, that those under the sound of my voice might be blessed and edified on the day. Lord, I take authority over Satan and every hindering spirit right now, and I bind them, every seed be cursed at the root, every assignment be canceled. I shield each and every one of us under the blood of Jesus, that the enemy have no dominion in this service on the house, but Lord, that you be glorified, those on the sound of my voice be edified, that the flesh within be totally crucified, and all of hell be terrified. And I ask it by faith, giving you the glory. Holy Spirit, help me to deliver my soul. In Jesus' name I pray. You may be seated in the presence of the Lord. But I want to use for a subject on today, delete the limitations in your mind. We need to delete means to get rid of something. You know, if you're on the computer and something out there, you don't want it on there, you just delete it, you get rid of it. So we're talking about getting rid of the limitations in our mind, the things that we allow to hold us back, that keep us from achieving our goals and going forth and completing the divine mission and calling for our life. I want to begin by telling you this story about this man that owned a huge farm. It was a chicken farm. And on his farm, he had a lot of trees, and I mean great trees that grew to be really high, that reached to the sky. And some eagles had set up a nest on his farm in one of those trees. Just so happened, one of the eaglets had fell from the nest, and he ended up down on the chicken farm growing up with the chickens. And every day, that little eagle would look up as he would be down there pecking corn with the chickens. He would look up and he would see the eagle soaring so majestically through the air. And oh, in his heart, how he wished that he could be an eagle. Oh, in his heart, how he wished that he could soar through the air like those big majestic eagles. Not knowing all the time that he was an eagle. And see, that's how a whole lot of us are. We have things in our mind that are holding us back, what God has already put in you. See, God don't see you as you are. He see you as you're going to be. And I want you to know on today that we need to do some spring cleaning in our minds. We need to delete some of the thought patterns that we have allowed to take root in our mind that are actually holding us back. We have become prisoners within our own mind and our own head because of the things that we think. We need to change the filter. You know, you think about a car or anything that has a filter in it, if you don't change that filter, it gets full of gook and junk, and after a while, whatever that filter is attached to, it won't function like it's supposed to function. We can't function like we're supposed to if we don't change the filter, if we don't delete the things in our mind that are limiting us from moving forward to our full potential. And it can come from Satan. You know he's going to work overtime because he's a thief that came to steal, kill, and destroy in the first place. But it can also be other people. And you need to come to the realization that anything and everything and everybody that stand in your way to oppose you to reach your mission, your God, by divine design, your God-given mission in life, it's going to be the devil, it's going to be other people, naysayers, somebody always to show up and tell you why it won't work, or why you can't do that, to try to make you be just like that little chicken down there, to keep you down there picking corn, plucking corn with the chicken when you are an eagle. And so you got to be ready for that. And if you believe in your mind that you can't, guess what? You're mighty right. You can't. If you believe in your mind that you can, you can. You're mighty right. So it's all a matter of mind over matter, actually. Everything, everybody that opposes you, you need to understand in the first place, has already been defeated. If it's Satan, you can rest assured he's going to show up and whisper stuff in your head and try to program you in a way that'll get you off and keep you off the course that you're supposed to be on. If it's him, you need to understand Colossians 2:5 tells us that Jesus triumphant over principalities and powers. He made us show them openly. He triumphant over them. What does that mean? I mean, he stripped Satan and his whole kingdom. They don't have any power over you except that you give it to them. They don't have no power over the child of God. We need to come to that realization. We're the one who has the power. Greater is he that's in us than he that's in the world. When Jesus cried out and was finished on the cross, he stripped Satan. And notice the scripture said principalities and powers. That's demon spirit, fallen angels, anything that's of the spirit, world of darkness, have no dominion whatsoever over you except you give it to them. All that oppose you. And that goes for people too. Because Satan's children will show up to oppose you. Satan's children, Pastor. Yes, you're mighty right. Satan's children. What did Jesus say in John 8:44? He told the religious leaders, he said, you are of your father, the devil, and his lust will you do. Yeah, he have children. And they'll show up. But you know what Jesus said? In Matthew 25:45, Jesus said, the least thing that one of them do unto his children, you done it unto me. So the one that show up to oppose you, whether it's Satan or whether it's people, they really stand in opposition to the Lord. Because he's going before you, making the crooked path straight, and anything come up on you, got to come through the Lord to take you down. But see, we don't know that. So we're running scared. We're fearful. We thinking the devil tell us something, our knees start knocking. His knees supposed to be knocking, not yours. That's it now. The Bible tells us in James the 4th chapter, submit yourself to God. That means put your faith in who he is and what he done for us on the cross. Submitting to him. Turn your life over to him. He said resist the devil and he'll flee. It say nothing about us running. If you're wearing your Reeboks out, let him wear his out. Come on now. That's why we're supposed to cast every care. I think about what Peter said. Peter said the devil was just like in 1 Peter 5:8. He said he's like a roaring lion that roamed to and fro, seeking who he might devour. But on that cross, Jesus stripped him of the only legal right he had was sin. And he paid for our sin on that cross. He stripped him down. He's just like a big lion roaring to and fro, and everybody running scared. But let me ask you something. What can a toothless lion do to you? Don't have not, excuse the bad grammar, now tooth. Don't have a tooth in his head nowhere. All his claws been pulled and you're running from him. There's nothing he can do but gum you to death. Woo. Paralyzed by fear. Paralyzed by fear of a defeated foe. It ought not to be so. He walking back and forth selling those wolf tickets. And we bound. Now, Jesus told us in Luke 8:18, he said, take heed how you hear. See, the source of who you're listening to have everything to do with whether you fail to succeed. Because as a man think in his heart, and when the Bible say heart in that scripture text, it's not speaking of the blood pump in the middle of your chest with the big aorta that circulate blood throughout your body. That's not what the Bible is speaking of. It's speaking of your mind. You love with your heart is your mind, not the blood pump. But whatsoever man thinketh in his heart, so is he. That's why Jesus told us to take heed how we hear. If you listen to the wrong source, you've been set up for failure. You've been set up to have your mission. Everything you do is not going to work out right. Because you're going to have opposition as long as you live. Jesus told us in John 16, he said in life we're going to have tribulation. Where do you think tribulation come from? They come from usually an outside source. But it's on us to allow them the authority over. You don't let nothing and nobody have authority over what goes on in the battlefield of your mind but the Holy Spirit. He's the only one who should have authority in our mind. I don't know if y'all familiar with a rocket or a rocket booster. When a rocket is sitting on a launching pad before it goes into orbit, it has what you call boosters on it. and it had what you call boosters on it. And when that rocket gets ready to launch from that pad, it takes off, headed toward orbit, leaving the Earth, and those boosters that's on the side of it gives it a boost to help it get up in orbit. But those boosters remain as that rocket propelled into orbit. Those boosters remain with that rocket for 2 minutes, and then they fall off. You got a lot of people that are boosters. Yeah. They start out with you, but they're not gonna finish with you. Some of them can see you rising to your destiny, rising to another level, and they don't want to go so far with you. They don't want to go all the way. They want to fall off, and they want to try to pull you back down to earth. They don't want you to reach your full potential. And you got, as the man said, you got to watch that dog. Whatsoever we think in our mind, that's why the Bible tells us to guard your mind in Proverbs 4:23. Guard your mind, your heart, your mind. Guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it flow the issues of life. The choices and decisions you make, they all begin in your head, in your thought pattern. And so you just can't allow, that's why Jesus said, take heed how you hear it, be careful who you're listening to. Everybody kicking in your face. They're not paying you on the back because they're happy for you as you plummet to your destination. A lot of people want to keep you down on earth. So you got to be careful who you're listening to. I think about when I was in junior high school, I would run track, and for 1 year, wasn't anybody able to defeat me, but this one girl, she beat me one race all year long, Sandra Peebles. How easy do we remember our defeats? But you know, all these years, I still remember that. And when I would go out on the track field, if I had took my clarinet, lunch, and my books, and got on that track field and run, I never would have known the victories that I got to know on the track field because I had too much weight on me. Paul told us in Hebrews 12:1-2, he said to lay aside every weight, to lay aside every sin, and run with patience, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of faith. Lay aside all that dead weight. Sometimes, I'm sorry to tell you, sometimes dead weight be other people. Some people that we holding on to were boosters. They weren't meant to go all the way with you. And the only thing they're going to do is hinder your progress. You'll never step into your destiny. You'll never know what it is to achieve your goals and do the things you need to do because you're holding on to dead weight, and that dead weight is holding you down. And we need to wake up. We need to get rid of, delete the limitations in our mind. People that don't, well, I don't see how you're going to do that. Well, you know, it take this and that, or you don't have enough money, you know, you didn't finish school, or you got pregnant, or, you know, they'll give you every reason why you can't. You need to hook up with the people that's going to give you every reason why you can't. You need to hook up with somebody that's going to really boost you, going to say that you can do all things through Christ which strengthens you. Those are people you need to be hooked up with. Everybody else is a deterrent to where you're going. You need to delete some people. Don't hold on to nobody so tight that you can't let them go. Let me say that again because some of y'all need to hear that. Don't hold on to nobody so tight that you can't let them go. Because sometimes people you think down with you will walk off and leave you. I done had it happen to me. I had a friend, I thought would be my friend forever, and she believed a lie. I couldn't believe she believed that lie. Because if you look at my character and how I treated her, it looked like it would be no way nobody could tell a lie on me like that, and she would even believe it, but she did. So she was a booster. It was meant for her to fall off. She don't tie into my destiny. So although it broke my heart, I had to let go. See, don't hold nobody so close that you can't let go. Even in death, sometimes people will die and leave. And sometimes when people die, folks, the ones that left behind might well die too. But see, that's when you had your confidence in a person more than you did God. And see, God don't make no mistake. We have to trust Him for everything. The only thing that you should hold on to that tight is the Lord. Hold to God so change your hand. Any and everything else is subject to change. We have to always remember that. Everybody don't come to stay. And thank God for the people who do. Thank God, this church I pastor, I have people in this church from the first church that I pastor. And I thank God and pray for them every day because they're faithful. They didn't just get in to go part of the way. Thank you, Brother Young. They didn't get in to go part of the way. They got in to go all the way. And if I have my way, we're going all the way. We're all going all the way to the feast in heaven. Yes, Sarah, we're going to sit down at the marriage supper of the Lamb, feast on milk and honey, and to sing and praise the Lord. But we're not going to wait till we get there. We're going to bless the Lord at all times. His praise is going to be continuing in our mouth right now. But you're going to have seasonal people. You're going to have boosters. And let me tell you something else. If you're holding on to a booster, if you're holding on to other people, if that's what your hope is in, when they go down, guess what's going to happen? You're going to go down with them. If they can't hold, it's kind of like Superman. I remember on one of the Superman episodes where Lois Lane fell off this building, the skyscraper in New York, and she was plummeted into the earth to her death, and Superman flew up and he scooped up, and they way on up in there, several stories up in the air, and Superman looked at her, had it on, he said, I got you, baby, and she looked at him, she looked down and saw how far they were from the earth. She said, yeah, but who got you? You got me? So whoever you holding on, who held him, the Holy God's unchanging hand. He well able to see you and them through. Instead of holding on to them, be an example for them. Get them hooked up with the same Jesus you believe in, so both of y'all can make it. That's how we need to do that. We can't see what God sees in us. We can't see it. That's why a lot of times people quit and they'll listen to those negative reports. They'll believe that I can't do this, or I didn't have enough education, I don't have enough money, I'm from the wrong side of the tracks, I got pregnant when I was young and my child will hold me back. See, people listen to that. All of that is a lie straight from hell. And the problem is we can't see what God sees in us. See, we see straight ahead, but God sees all the way around the corner. God see the whole picture. We see it, the Bible said we know in part. And think about Moses. Moses, God told Moses to go tell Pharaoh, I said, let my people go. Now Moses, all he could see was himself standing before the most powerful man in the world with his knees knocking. You want me to go tell this man he got these slaves, and you want me to go tell him to let all this free labor go? Moses came up with an excuse, but Lord, I have a speech problem. I can't talk that good. God answered me, said, Moses, who gave you your mouth? I'm telling you to go. If I call you, whatever God called you to do, He's going to equip you to do it. That's why you don't listen to the naysayers. That's why you don't listen to the doubters. Whatever you call to do is already in you what you need to achieve your goal. You got to understand that. We need to delete these people who put limitations in our mind. See, Moses saw himself trembling before Pharaoh, but God saw Moses walking through the Red Sea with 3 million Israelites following behind him. See, God see the whole picture. We can't see the whole picture. That's why we trust the Lord and lean not to our own understanding. We don't try to figure out. God say do it, even if you have to do it with your knees knocking, do it. Do it and trust Him for the results. He see the whole picture. He knows exactly where He's taking you to. And He is for you. He with you and for you. He said in Isaiah 45:2, I'm going before you and I'm going to make the crooked path straight. So don't even worry about it. God walking before you and you abiding in the shadow of the Most High like you're supposed to. That means anything that gets to you got to come through Him to take you down. That's why you can declare that no weapon formed against me will prosper, because there is no source, no power that is greater than God. You're going to make it every time when you abide in the shadow of the Most High. Think about Jesus in His hometown. In the book of Mark, the 5th chapter. Then people just did not want to believe. You can't make a blind man see. I don't care how hard you try. The miracle He did. His miracle screamed in John the 10th chapter. Jesus said, if you don't believe me for my words, if you don't believe me because I tell you I'm the Son of God, believe me for my words. I mean, come on now. How many folks you know can walk on water like a sidewalk under their feet? How many people you know can show up at a funeral and turn into a family reunion? How many people you know can take a little boy's lunch, a 2-piece fish snack pack, feed over 5,000 men plus the women and children? How many people you know you can touch the hem of His garment and be healed from the top of your head to the sole of your feet? Come on, His miracle screamed that He was God, incarnate in the flesh. But they just didn't want to believe it. Why? Because they had a mental picture of Him growing up as a carpenter with Joseph, his earthly father. He wasn't really no relation, but he raised up in Joseph's house with Mary. And they seen him working as a carpenter with him. And they even said, is this not Mary's and Joseph's son? And are these not his sisters here? And then they asked the question, well, where did this wisdom and these words, he didn't been to no school, how he learned how to speak with such authority? But through it all, he still wouldn't believe. And the Bible say that it was just a few people in Jesus' hometown that were saved. Do you realize that everybody that was sick in that town could have been healed? Every last one of them. You read several times when Jesus was sharpening a multitude, and the word say he healed them all. He healed them all. Everybody went home whole. Everybody's hometown. But because the people had a mental block, and they believed, they tried to put him in a box. Don't put nobody in no box. And especially a person, when you see them down today and everybody kicking on them, don't join in on that. Because the very one down today might be the very one that God fast forward to the top of the line. The very one who feet you stepping on today might be connected to the behind you got to kiss tomorrow. So let's be real careful. No, I'm not going to take it back. I said it like I meant it, and I meant it like I said it. You don't know who you're going to need for this thing over. And I'm going to tell you something, honey, you better hear me real good. God Almighty has a sense of humor. He'll let you find your behind in a dilemma, but can't nobody with all these billions of people down here on this earth, can't nobody help you but the very person you did wrong. That'll be the only one. Be careful about who feet you step on. Be careful about kicking a person when they're down. You don't know where God taking that person. And the lower they are, the higher he going to take them. Because when somebody's down to nothing, God is up to something. Don't you know when he raised that zero up to 100%, who going to get the glory? God is. Each and every last one of us, and all y'all by radio and around the world, God want to take each and every one of us to a place where can't nobody get the glory but him. But we limit it because of the things that we allow in the battlefield of our mind. Them old wolf chickens, we bound them, hook, line, and single. You need to delete the limitations in your mind. You don't go along with whatever being presented to you. But I think about all those people who could have been saved. See, you're going to have two types of people that you're going to run into in your life. You're going to have people that will build you up. You're going to have people that will give you every reason why you can. And you're going to run into people who will give you that tear you down. They'll tear you down. It was this man who, and I mean, they use their mouth. The mouth is a murder weapon it is. Proverbs 18:21 says, death and life is in the power of the tongue. They'll take their tongue and assassinate a person's character. And in the eyesight of God, in 1 John 3 and 15, 1 John 3 and 8 of 15, read it, look it up. He said that they're a murderer. If you hate your brother, if you use your tongue against me, he said you're a murderer and you have not eternal life in you. In other words, your alligator mouth gonna write a check that your pigeon behind gonna cash you in hell. No, I might be a little facetious today, but I bet you understand what I'm saying. You have to be careful about using our mouth on people. This man, he had some hard times in his life, and he got saved, and the Lord took him to a level that nobody could even imagine. Eyes are not seen, ears are not heard. I mean, the Lord bless this man. He raised him up. And see, that's what God wants to do with every last one of us. The only reason why we're not propelling to our destiny and to victory is mainly because of the things we allow in the battlefield of your mind. Whatsoever man thinks, so is he. So if you think that that's how you're going to react, that's how you're going to react about what you're thinking. That's why your thoughts are so important. But at any rate, this man, after he was well established, a man from his past, showed up and told everybody about something that this man did years ago. God done forgave the man. Isaiah 43 verse 25 said, God blot out your sin and remember it no more. Now God is the only one who has a heaven or hell to put anybody in. If God is willing to forgive a person, who in the round world do you think you are to judge and will sit up and gossip about them? Your mouth has become a murder weapon, and God said you have not eternal life in you. The best thing to do is keep your mouth off of people. Now this man, I don't care if they're wrong, you know they're wrong, it's not your business. Until you have a heaven or hell to put them in, it's not our business. If you're a child of God, you don't kick nobody when they're down, you reach down and help them up. If you see something wrong, instead of getting on that old telephone and sitting up talking about, won't you get on your knees and sit on some knee pail? That's what they need. They need a touch from the Lord. But this man with his big long tongue went out and told everybody what he knew about this man that had been forgiven and under the blood for years. And people, everybody, I know how this is because I had it happen to me before. So I told a lie on me and people would cross the street to keep from speaking to me for something I didn't even do. So I know how that works. A person who uses their mouth as a murder weapon. But at any rate, this man, bless his heart, he went to the preacher and he said, Pastor, he said, what I did was wrong. He said, tell me, what can I do to make this up to this man? I shouldn't have said nothing. And the pastor told him to get a big garbage bag, go all over the village and get leaves and fill it up with leaves. And then he did. He came back to the pastor with a big garbage bag of leaves. He said, now what do I do, Pastor? He said, I got to make this up to this man in some kind of way. The pastor said, now, take that bag of leaves. He said, I want you to go to every house in the village and put a leaf on each porch. He looked at the pastor like he was smoking something. He said, wait a minute, Pastor. He said, I can't do it. He said, even if I did, he said, the wind will blow the leaves away. And the pastor said, that's just it. He said, when you open your mouth, you rung a bell. And once the bell been ringing, you can't take it back. That's why we have to be careful about what come out of our mouth. Because you can honestly be sorry, and you can tell a person you sorry, and you mean it from your heart, and they can forgive you. But in the back of their mind, that every time they see you, or every time something look a little shady concerning you, they can always remember that hurt. People can forgive you, but it's a scar inside of them that you have put there. And if you love somebody for love, is that love don't hurt. And if you're a child of God, you're supposed to even love your enemy. That means you don't even suffer about your enemy. Jesus said in John 5:44 to love your enemy, bless those who curse you, pray for those who despitefully use you. That's why you need to get filled with the Holy Spirit to keep you from a baseball bat upside the head. He said,